Hello YouTube, we are pediatrician brothers and today we're going to talk about complementary feeding. First question, David, when should we start complementary feeding?
Well, it's not recommended to start complementary feeding prior to 4 months, so we can start it from 4 to 6 months. However, there should be some criteria met if we start complementary feeding before 6 months. So it's always a good idea to consult pediatrician about that.
So before we initiate complementary feeding, we should assess whether child has good neck control, whether child has good truncal control, or is able to sit with or without support. We should also double check whether extrusion reflex is gone, and it is most important that child should be able to express hunger, so leaning towards food, or expressing being satiated, right? So moving away from the food when the child no longer feels hunger. So David, one frequently asked question is, why is it important that we initiate complementary feeding by 6 months?
Because by that time the child will need more proteins, calories, and minerals just like zinc and iron, and they should get it through the complementary feeding.
So typically any type of solid start is a good start. So when we are asked the question what they should introduce as the first solid food, we recommend this one. However, there is emerging evidence, scientific evidence that meats might have certain advantages like more bioavailable vitamins, minerals such as iron, zinc, vitamin B, choline, carnitine, and etc. But we should not forget about vegetables and fruits because they are just as important, and we should introduce them because they are vital for normal functioning of the GI tract. David, how do we introduce solid feeds?
Yes, Konstantin, there are a few methods which the parents can use in case of complementary feeding. For example, baby-led weaning is one of those methods, but we're not going to discuss it today. We're going to talk about the classic method that we frequently face. We should offer one component solid food with thin texture, starting with 1 teaspoon, and after that we can gradually increase it over 3 to 5 days. We should not really incorporate any kind of other solid food within these 3 or 5 days because we should pay attention if the baby likes what he's getting, if we're encountering some kind of allergic reaction, and if the baby is having some kind of a GI tract problem.
David, we shouldn't forget that we also recommend to parents that they incorporate vitamin C containing food because it enhances the absorption of iron.
Konstantin, how many solid feeds are we trying to incorporate in the diet of the baby?
Yeah, first thing, as soon as child gets 6 months old, you should try and incorporate 2 solid feeds, especially iron-enriched cereals and meats, into the daily ration because it is believed that 2 portions can supply 11 milligrams of iron a day, which is a daily demand in this period from 6 to 12 months. But the second thing, we also recommend that we gradually replace and incorporate at least 50% of solid feeds into the ration. So by 12 months, 50%, at least 50% of feeds should be complementary feeding.
Well, I guess this is all for today. Don't forget to leave comments down below and tell us how did you implement the complementary feeding into the diet of your baby, and also like the video and subscribe.
See ya.